How are you, man?
Good ball game right here. And after the Anthem of the Nation, we are set for rivalry Greater Cleveland Conference Baseball out here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Right in front of the Onaway Elementary School. Over to the left side of us, we got tennis going on. A lot happening out here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field today. Your Shaker Heights Red Raiders taking on another school of red and white, and you're going to be seeing red and white being worn by both teams, so don't get it too confused if you can. Hopefully, I'm able to guide you along the way. I'd be doing a bad job if I wasn't identifying what team was actually out on the field in what regard. Casey Robinson out there to start things off here today on the mound for the Red Raiders. He started things off the last time Shaker Heights was here. It was against Lake Catholic. They're going to be getting that rematch this Saturday, but the game wasn't finished off due to the events that happened at the library, and we called it after 2 innings, and we're going to be picking up or excuse me, we're not going to be picking up. We're going to hit the full reset on that game. We'll see who gets the call to the mound in that game, because if Casey Robinson is going here, we'll see if 5 days later he'll come back out and play against Lake Catholic back here at home. So that was the home opener. After that delay, then postponement, we're going to be seeing Casey once again here today, getting things started at the Shaker Heights baseball field. And the Red Raiders were cooking on defense then. We'll see if they can once again get back into a groove with Casey Robinson here. Through the 2 innings against Lake Catholic, he did very, very well. He was throwing gas right in to the strike zone, and then, well, the Cougars just unable to do anything with it. The Cardinals, will see if there's any different story for the GCC rival. Now, in the GCC, the Menor Cardinals have only played 2 games, and it was against Euclid, and, well, there were finals that you typically see Euclid and any other GCC school have. But anywho, here Casey Robinson with the pitch in there for strike number 1, and we are underway out here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call with you here on the Shaker Heights Athletics YouTube channel. Here Casey Robinson pitches another one. This one popped up and sent over to the right side of the first baseline, out play and foul. One of the Cardinals guys on the bench is going to go ahead and grab it. Shaker Heights, however, unlike the Cardinals, who are 4-1 entering into today, Shaker looking for their very first victory. Next offering, the lefty deals it inside. Marks the count to 1-2. Scoreboard out there in left is on, but it is not updating at all as we speak. It was a big deal this year to see that the scoreboard was once again working. This one lined off in the right. It's going to get down in front of Quinn Malone, and, well, Cardinals' first man is on. And we'll see how that can already shake up the Red Raiders' pitching. So far this season, when a team has been able to get off to a good start, Shaker Heights just has not been able to mentally grasp that they can keep it up. And pitchers have gotten really rattled early on in games. Hopefully not the case here, but again, Shaker Heights 0-3 in, I want to say, in just about each of those games. The other offense has been able to jump off to a solid start. There, pitch up high. Ball 2-0. But yeah, Shaker Heights, their 3 losses coming up against US, Solon, and Gilmore Academy. And in the 3 games, here's the pitch. That one up high. Once again, 3-0 goes your count. In those 3 games, Shaker Heights has only been able to scratch in 5 runs, which that's just not doable. That's not going to get you wins. And Bortnick right now 1 ball away from a 4-pitch walk. Here comes the pitch. That one laid right down Main Street, but as we typically say in high school ball, I'm not going to take the hack at it. And that was something, actually, that I noted in the last softball game between Shaker Heights and Menor. It was the 3-0 pitch, and they actually took a swing at it. Very first and only time we've ever seen that happen before. That pitch up and in almost hit him up high, but Bortnick going to be taking base number 1. Vanos goes over to second, and there you go. First 2 guys on for the Cardinals without any outs. Shaker Heights last season taking on the Cardinals, and at that point was their first season in the GCC. Took them on twice, went 1-1. Here's the pitch. That one catching the outside half, strike one. Shaker Heights in their game, their first game on the road, Shaker Heights was almost no hit, and they lost it 3-0. Quentin Garnett in the very final inning with, I think, 2 outs left to go. He sent one up the middle, and it was just an unlucky kind of hit that time. This one launched out in the left, and it looks like this will just hook foul, and indeed it will. Oh, the Menor head coach clearly frustrated. He 100% disagrees, and he is vocal about it. The batter agrees with the coach, but I mean, heck, it seems like the Cardinals really believing that that one to the right of the left foul pole, but oh well, what can you do? That would be a 3-0 score if that had started off that way, and as we said, Shaker Heights really struggling when they get down. And here, a tipped foul back into the glove of Michael Coxon, strike 3. And that's a big timeout, especially after what appears to perhaps be a home run ball. But Shaker Heights, when they played Menor last year right here at home, Shaker Heights did scratch a win through. Pitching that day was Tyler Zach. Eli Stolfus came in relief as well. All runs were earned for the Cardinals. 6 coming in from Tyler Zach, 1 from Stolfus. So Shaker Heights looking to get that kind of victory once again today here at home, just like they did against the Cardinals at their home base. Shaker just needs to find that first victory, and getting one against Menor to start things off in the GCC, that would be a big-time deal. Here's the pitch from the lefty inside. That moves the count to 2-1. 2 runners on. Bortnick over at first, Van Hoos over at second. Sandrowski takes ball 4, up and away. Assistant coach Joe Welsh delivering a ball over to the umpire. Now time called by Michael Coxon. He's going to go talk things over with Casey Robinson out on the mound, 4-5. And that gives us an opportunity to tell you the defensive makeup out there for the Red Raiders. As you can obviously tell, Michael Coxon doing the catching of the balls and strikes from Casey Robinson. On the infield, Wesley Lewis over at first, O'Shea Howard at second. The other middle infielder, Aaron Neiman over at short. And the third baseman today, Malachi Kranz. In the outfield from right to left, Quinn Malone, Nate Landever, and Leo Pevnik. That one in there, strike number 1. Bases are loaded with 1 away here for the Menor Cardinals. Collins, wearing number 6 on the back of his jersey, represents the middle of the order. He's the number 5 guy in said order. Here, a swing and a tapper foul over to the left side. That's a big time foul off because that works him into an 0-2 hole. Casey Robinson already up to 18 pitches, already up to the pitch count in which we left things against Lake Catholic. Off to a tough start here, but well, if he's able to get out of the jam, maybe it won't be too bad. Here, a swing, and this one a roller over to O'Shea Howard. He decides not to go for the double play, and that will score 1. Surprised he didn't go for the DP, but with that, it'll score 1 while getting an out for a run that time, and Shaker Heights will be down early. Once again, we'll pray that that does not affect Casey Robinson early on, but we're set to find out. Here, a big swing and a miss that time. Number 17, Kennedy. Wheeland would be right behind him. 1-0 your score with the Cardinals leading now. Runner on second, runner on third here for Menor. Again, red and white for both teams here today, so don't get things too confused. The Red Raiders out on defense. They're going to call it a fielder's choice, as, well, they should. Parent. Next offering from Robinson. This one a tapper. That's just going to go foul down the first base line. A bit too far over to the right, and there will keep the count. 1-2 strikes. Over there in tennis, same kind of uniform issue over with the tennis squads. Orange out there in a white top, black shorts. Same thing for the Red Raiders. This one, ooh, inside, almost ran in and got Kennedy, but will just miss him. Casey Robinson has thrown a lot of pitches inside. The Cardinals just able to get out of the way. Nothing has actually made contact just yet with the body of the Cardinal. Here's the pitch, that one right down the middle, and this one another tapper down the first baseline that also will go foul to the right. We'll do it again, 2-2 strikes. Even count with 2 away and 2 on. Sandrowski at second, Bortnick over at third. So another RBI opportunity for Kennedy. Casey Robinson, his 25th pitch on its way, and this one sent sky high and up over to the left side. That one can bloop in, but Aaron Neiman with the over-the-head grab as he ranges in the shallow left. He'll make the grab and retire things here for the top of the first. One runner comes in for the Cardinals, and that one run being Van Hoos, number 16, the leadoff man, getting the hit, getting in to score, and there you go, 1-0 to start things off. But Shaker Heights with 3 outs to respond here in the first inning, and due up for your Red Raiders will be Nate Landever, Leo Pevnik, and Aaron Neiman. We'll be right back with the call of the bottom of the first. And we're back with you here for the bottom of the first inning, and here's the batting order for the Red Raiders here today. Leading things off, going to be Nate Landever, the center fielder, once again in the leadoff spot here today. Leo Pevnik, the left fielder, in behind him. Aaron Neiman, number 3. Michael Cox in there in the cleanup spot. Number 4 in the back of his jersey, number 4 in the order. The middle of the order, going to be Casey Robinson, the pitcher in today's affair. Braden White behind him, Malachi Kranz in the 7th spot, Quinn Malone at 8, and O'Shea Howard to cap the order off. Nate Landever, the lefty hitter, digging in now. And Shaker Heights as a whole has really been struggling to get things going off the bat. I mean, they have not played too poorly on defense. Except for that last game against Gilmore, they've done very, very soundly, but their bat's just unable to counter that to pick up a W. And if Landever is able to get things going, that would be a great, great sign for the squad. He'll take ball up high. Start things off 1-0 on the count. Harold, the pitcher, number 15 on the back of his jersey. And here's the pitch. This one skied up over to the left side and opposite field contact, but that one routine fly out over and left, and there is out. Number 1, an easy 2-pitch out. Brings Collins the ball. He'll deal it right back in to Harold. 1-0 your score. The men are Cardinals leading here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. Again, red on white. The Red Raiders, the squad batting, of course. Leo Pevnik, the left fielder in today's game, he's had a rough go in his bat as well, though he has been consistently put in the lineup out in left field. Here's the first pitch to him. Outside, he'll take for ball 1. But Leo Pevnik, including the couple of scrimmages in which he played as well, he's batting .091, but here a sharp liner out in the center should be a line out, and indeed the catch made by Van Hoos, and there you go, out number 2. So very different story between Casey Robinson and Harold. The difference in pitch count as Robinson had himself 25 in the first inning, while on the other hand, 2 outs brings Harold, or excuse me, 4 pitches, brings 2 outs to begin things. Aaron Neiman, the shortstop in today's game, digging in. Here's the pitch, that one outside. Aaron Neiman has been almost streaky in a sense. He had 2 hits against Williamstown in the final scrimmage. Other than that, he's been rather silent. He got 1 hit against US, and that's his 1 hit so far on the regular season. Bo, again, he's the guy that's consistently put in the 3 spot because coach knows what he can do with his bat. He's able to send some out. Almost sent one out during batting practice today. And as he said, if the velocity on the pitch was the actual pitch he saw in the game, then it would have gone over. That one fouled back. It's going to be 2-1 the count. 2 away, no runners on here for Harold, number 15, the pitcher here today. Also a left-handed dealer. Lefty on lefty matchup to the advantage of the dealer. And here's the kick and the offering, and that one, ooh, just going to miss. I suppose down low, maybe outside, but that one looked like it should have caught, but Neiman will take it. 3-1 goes your count. Harold stands straight until it's time to deal. And here it comes, and that one, oh! Oof, if he's calling the last one as a strike and that one as a ball, I am not sure where that one's missing, but or where that one's making it, I suppose. So payoff pitch with 2 away to Aaron Neiman. Here it comes, and that one inside, and there's no question about that. So Aaron Neiman takes first on a many pitch walk, and I suppose a 6-pitch walk, but yeah, I'm still a little surprised on where the strike zone is early on. Again, the Menor Cardinals aren't happy with the umpire either to start things off after the no home run call. Michael Coxon digs in, and he's kind of taken over the spot of the power hitter. He's hitting cleanup here today, including scrimmages, batting .316, so not half bad for him. But we'll see. He's gotten a hit against everyone so far on the regular season. 1 hit only, however. No multi-hit games for him just yet. The pitch, and that one, ooh, looked a bit in tight. That was Coxon's idea, but called strike 2. Neiman set to take that lead over at first. Not an RBI opportunity for Coxon, but he wants to keep the inning alive. 1-0, Menor leading. Robinson would be up next if he gets his chance. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one down low. Neiman was thinking about it. If that had gotten away, snuck through the 5-hole of Wheeland, he would have made the break for it, but not the case. Harold up to 13 pitches now. That walk kind of shook him up, but has him back in a 2-strike count with 2 away. He checks Neiman, does a little double take, triple take, and now we'll get time called. And this is why pitch clocks were implemented in the major leagues. Because, my goodness, he could be staring at him all day over at first. Eventually, Coxon says, hang on a minute. He didn't want to be caught off guard by a random pitch coming his way. And so Harold with 1 check over. And that'll be all for him this time. Here's the dealing and a swing and a miss, but here's the throw down at first. Would have been safe over at second, but regardless, strike 3, swinging down goes Michael Coxon. And so already 1 strikeout first time through the order, but other than that, just some lineouts for the Red Raiders, and they are down after the first inning. 1-0, your score with the Cardinals coming back up to bat to protect their lead. And as we get the throwdown over to second, we are right back with you here for the bottom of the second inning. Shaker Heights only got one man on in their first time up, but for Menor, they had the bases loaded and were able to get a run through. It's 1-0. The Cardinals lead it through that first inning. And already we're going to have due up for you. Wieland, Black, and Valeri, the bottom of the order. And here a bunt, pop foul in the caging right in front of you. Easy strike one there for Casey Robinson. But yeah, Robinson now up to 26 pitches. And his ratio just wasn't exactly the same as it was against Lake Catholic. Only of those 16, 15 have hit the strike zone, which obviously that counters. 11 have not. And there's 12 for you. As that one misses, evens things up, 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out just yet. Shaker Heights softball, on the other hand, leading their game 2-0 right now. They're playing over at Lomond Elementary, a home game against St. Joseph Academy. Here, a liner off in the left. That one's got power behind it. Leo Pevnik trying to make the grab and ranging to the wall. He will make the running grab, and there is out number 1. You got to say, the outfielders have made some great plays early on. Their defense really hasn't been the issue. Again, against Gilmore Academy, it was kind of shaky and rocky. And in that game, they had a handful of errors. Let me get that exact number for you. Against Gilmore, Shaker Heights in errors had 6. It was just a rough day on defense. Here, another one, another bunt attempt that goes foul back into the caging. But yeah, for Shaker Heights in errors, 3 came from Aaron Neiman. According to head coach Stephen English, it was just not his game over at short. And the other errors came from Casey Robinson, Leo Pevnik, and Malachi Cran. So of that, that means 5 errors in the infield. And then Leo Pevnik out left. So hopefully it's just going to be a cleaner look for him today. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Got him chasing on an outside offering, and so it would be a big confidence boost for Robinson here if he's able to keep them off the board here and maybe start things off with a K, and indeed the pitch inside. And number 4, Black, does not agree with him, and he'll make it clear. Men are vocal with their arguments already. He thought it hit him, but once again, the umpire just not seeing what the Cardinals are. And Valeri, a really rather short kid. Blonde hair and dark blue facial hair. Or excuse me, dark brown facial hair. Said blue. That's not right. And this next one misses. 2-0 to begin things off to the third baseman in today's game. Saw him taking reps earlier on. He was struggling over at third. And that next one right down Main Street, Valeri thought that was close to getting him, but that one was actually nowhere near. Granted, he's playing it really uptight on the plate. But here's another offering, and this one fouled over to the right side. That one going to get down very much out of play. And that evens things up from 2-0 to 2-2 with 2 away, no runners on. Casey Robinson hopefully now finding a rhythm. Leo Pevnik with the running grab out and left, then was able to get the strikeout. And now here, 1 strike away from back-to-back Ks, but this one down low on Valeri. Kicked up the leg, thought that might hit his front foot, but not the case. And now it'll be a payoff pitch with 2 away. Here's the offering. And this one sent foul over to the left side once more. He was very much early on that one. And that is why it ripped to the left so much. If he was on time on that one, and if he had power behind it too, that one could have gone yard. That was a very, very hittable pitch right down the heart of the plate, but luckily he just didn't make contact. At least that's what Casey Robinson's thinking. And here's his 38th, and here a tapper over to the left side, and just goes foul. Crans tried to make a diving play on the ball. The Cardinals once again frustrated with the call. But I can't imagine how that wouldn't be foul. Menor, not happy, to start things off here. But how can you not be happy? It's a lovely day out here. And this one a little bit up high on Valeri. Again, smaller guy, smaller strike zone, and he was able to draw the walk. And we go back to the top of the order with Van Hus. Van Hus, the batter, once again, number 16 on the back of his jersey, was able to get the hit and came in as the one run so far. But my goodness, as we were saying, Menor doesn't seem too happy here today, but man, it is a beautiful day for baseball and the best we've gotten so far. Here's the pitch and the run. That was a great jump by Valeri over at first. Robinson tried to pick him off earlier, but this time he didn't. Valeri trying to get an RBI position here for Van Hus, who, as we said, already 1-for-1 on the day. 0-1 the count, and caught him in a rundown here. And O'Shea Howard running him back. Oh, he should be safe, and indeed, the throw from Howard just too late. And that is just something that Shaker Heights, as a defense, has practiced over and over and over again. But we saw it against Euclid, too. They just cannot seem to get it right. Getting them in rundowns has just really been a kryptonite of the Shaker defense. And here, this one lined, and O'Shea Howard on the pick, but he'll swing it right over to Aaron Neiman. Just a lucky bounce that time from O'Shea Howard. Swung it over his head, and the ball landed right over to Aaron Neiman. It was covering second, and they got a weird-looking third out. So there you go. After 1.5, men are still kept at a 1-0 lead, and Shaker Heights has a lot of time to respond to the deficit. Robinson, White, and Crayons, the three due up, and we'll see how they can bring the offense up. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be right back with you for the bottom of the second. Casey Robinson due up first here in the bottom of the second. Robinson has been getting his bat going some more. He struggled last season on the offensive side, though pitching he was still rather splendid. But this time he's just trying to become that two-way kind of threat that Shaker Heights could really use as we head deeper into the season. That first pitch taken on the outside half, just on the edge. First strike one. Casey Robinson pitching well so far. He has had 41 pitches, however, and that's a lot through 2 innings. Next offering, and that one down low. He'll take it to even the count 1-1. Robinson has only had 1 run come against him, but when you're pitching 41 through 2, so on average 20 pitches per inning, he's not going to last all that long. This one outside, he'll take for ball 2, 2-1. Already facing 10 batters is Casey Robinson. On the other side, through 1 inning, Harold faced 4. Right now he's got a 50-50 split, though, of pitches and strikes through 18. 9 balls, 9 strikes. And this one inside. And, well, now more balls than strikes. Harold having a rough go at finding the strike zone early, and that's what allowed Aaron Neiman to take a walk. It was a bit of a struggle on the walk. It was a 6-pitch walk, but he made it happen. Good patience at the plate, and we'll see if Robinson has the same. This one right down the middle, though. He'll take that one after 3 straight balls. Again, typically you're not going to get the green light there. There are exceptions, as we saw in softball, but it's a rare happening. Speaking of softball, still 2-0 your score over there. The Raiders leading. And here's a payoff with no outs. And this one down low. Good patient AB from Casey Robinson. So Harold, now that's 2 6-pitch walks, so he's not giving it to him too easy. They are contested at bat still. And as the Weekend and Playboy Cardi get playing out here, that's Braden White's walk-up song, Rather Lie, from Playboy Cardi's new album. Good song, can't even lie. Oh, and it's coming back on as we get a little bit of waiting time. And now we're back to it. Okay. Just an extra couple of seconds to hear the Weekend. But now we're back to it. So Robinson taking his lead over at first. Braden White, the right-handed hitter, up against a lefty pitcher. Matchup favoring the batter, but here this one popped up, and can it bloop? Oh! A phenomenal grab over the head of Black over at second. He was backing up into the grass, and he just barely made the catch as he collapsed down to the field. And there's out number 1. Robinson still going to be over at first. Kranz, the next man due up. Kranz, guy that we all know can hit the ball well, just has not been able to get things going here in the regular season too much. Only 1 hit so far through the 3 games. It came against the Varsity Solon Comets. And now he's looking for something here at home base. And this one popped up. Foul behind us. And that one will hit the tree behind us. And oof, whoever parked right there might be reconsidering things now. Right behind home plate, that one was popped up. Due up next would be Quinn Malone if Krenz does not ground into a double play this time around. We'll see how this goes. Krenz, a third baseman once again in today's game with Sam Luther's injury and Isaac Lazar being at JV today. He's the only third baseman available. Same with O'Shea Howard and Aaron Neiman, the only middle infielders available today since Andy Berglund is over with JV as well. We were talking to assistant coach Joe Welsh about that. It's not that deep of a lineup here today. If anyone gets hurt, they would need to shift things around a lot. Kranz in an 0-1 spot. That one up high. 1-1 goes your count. 1 away with 1 runner on. Over at first is Casey Robinson. After that, Braden White with a unfortunate, phenomenal defensive play actually by the second baseman, but it was a pop out over to the right side of the field. Kranz set for a 1-1. And ooh, early on it. Had some good movement on the pitch as well. And there you go. He is once again in a 2-strike spot. Kranz so far through the 3 games, he's struck out twice, so nothing too crazy. But just hasn't been too, obviously not too great. And in those 2 games where he struck out, he wasn't able to get a hit to counter that either. Hopefully not a K here. And now we're going to get time called. My goodness, Harold has had his moments of just waiting and waiting and waiting. And eventually the Shaker batters are going to cave in and they're going to call time because they're just not feeling too comfortable with the wait. We're going to do it again. Hopefully this time we'll get a delivery. Here's a check over to the runner at first. Robinson going to go ahead and steal that pitch inside and low. And Wieland wasn't able to get any sort of throw off because, well, as that one was in the dirt, he wasn't able to make the throw. So with that, Shaker Heights has a runner in scoring position. And my goodness, what are these falling from the tree behind us? I don't know if they're little seeds of some sort, but my goodness, they are getting everywhere, all over our setup here, all over our jackets, which thank goodness we haven't been needing just yet. That one missing, so we count it down. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a payoff pitch to come with Casey Robinson taking the lead off of second. here is said 1-out payoff pitch. And this one cut on, popped foul over to the left side. That'll go out of play, and we'll eventually hear the thud right onto the grass. We'll be doing it again at 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Crayons staying alive, making Harold really work for this one. Only 1 out so far, came off of a Braden White pop out. My goodness, there's some wind for you. I said it was sunny. I didn't say it was perfect conditions out here with the weather. And here's another pitch. Got him swinging. Got him swinging, and there is out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. So Quinn Malone, the right fielder in today's game, sometimes can pitch for the Red Raiders as well. Sometimes can be over at first, so he can play in the middle of the diamond. He can play in the infield, and then he can play over in the outfield. However, he's always, if he's not at the mound, he's always on the right side of said field. And ooh, low pitch taken for strike 1. Harold now up to 30 pitches. Of the 30 pitches hitting, have been 16 strikes. Shaker Heights down 1-0, 1 base knock, evens things up as Casey Robinson takes a sizable lead off of second. Shortstop wants a throw, he won't get one. Now he'll back off, and here's the pitch. Oh, that one up high. You know, if that one had gone to the backstop, Robinson definitely would have made the break for it. But good play by Wheeland, hopping to his feet immediately, snatching that one out of the air. Bottom of the second here, 2 away with 1 runner on. Casey Robinson there at second. Quinn Malone, the one guy that we see in high school with no batting gloves. A left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher. 1-1 even count. Robinson's keeping the pitcher in the back of his mind. Here's the pitch, and once again up high. Wheeland not letting it get past him as he stands, makes the grab. And there we go. Now it's 2-1. Scoreboard says it's 2-2. Don't believe that's correct. It is 2-1. 2 outs. Runner on second. 1-0 score with the Cardinals leading here in Shaker Heights, Ohio. And here's a 2-1. And this one cut on. This one sent up into the air off in the left field. Easy routine play for Collins. He'll get his second over there in left field, and that retires the side for the bottom of the second. Shaker Heights still yet to get their first hit of the ball game. They've gotten on courtesy of a couple of walks from Aaron Neiman and Casey Robinson, but now Casey Robinson set to return to the mound for the top of the third. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. The Menor Cardinals leading the Raiders 1-0. So, Shaker Heights down by 1 early on in this game. A lot of wind coming in. We're trying to keep our camera stable as we speak. But other than the wind, as you can see, the sun beaming down through the clouds. And it has been an absolutely lovely day. 67 degrees your temperature right now. That pitch inside almost got a bit of the leg of number 9, Bortnick. Bortnick got on his first time up through a walk. We'll see if Robinson able to contest him a little further this time. Right-handed hitter against left-handed pitcher to the advantage of the hitter. This one just misses on the outside half. 1-0, the Cardinals leading here at the top of the third inning of 7 here in the high school ball. Shaker Heights for softball, now leading 6-0 through 2. Got 2 runs there in the first, 4 in the second, and Shaker Heights softball, I tell you, whenever I'm there to call them, not winning, I feel really bad because they have gone 5-0, assuming they win this one. With the way it's going, it looks like they will. They're going to go 5-0 in their other games that we have not been able to cover. 2 1-year count. Excuse me, 3 1-year count. However, this one's sent up. Out into right center. Landever getting under it. He'll make the grab with the hat falling down into center field. And that just shows you the hustle from Nate Landever. He made an extremely incredible play out in Solon when Shaker Heights played them there. Was able to keep it in that 7th inning, was able to keep Shaker Heights in it. Had that dropped, it would have been a whole new ball game, but it kept it at a 1-run game. Shaker Heights did unfortunately lose it in the end, but, I mean, that really helped them out. McCartney, power hitter, as we saw earlier on. He thought he hit a home run down the third base line, but the umpire ruled it foul. That one outside. 2-0 goes your count to McCartney, and I can't imagine Casey Robinson wants to pitch to him. I believe McCartney was a hitter for the Cardinals last season as well. That one fair. McCartney rounding first, and he will be in easy with a stand-up double. McCartney, you can tell he is just a ball when it comes to the bat. Absolute power off the arm of McCartney, and there you go. Threatened for a home run. Then he struck out, but that time he's able to pick things back up with a double. So 1-out double brings up the batter Sendrowski. Sendrowski 0 for 0 because, well, he walked his first time up. Robinson with his 50th pitch already, and that one just missing. 1 away here. McCartney taking his lead off of second. Casey Robinson now up to 50 of his first 50, only 28 hitting the zone. And this one a tapper over to third. Crayons with the running grab and the throw across the diamond. Good pick by Wesley Lewis, and there you go, a good grounder handled by the Red Raider infield. So it will move McCartney further up in the scoring position. Now he'll be over at third. So here, RBI opportunity for number 6, the new batter, Collins. Collins 0 for 1 on the day, though he did get an RBI on a sacrifice. It was a weird fielder's choice that went over to O'Shea Howard. He didn't go for the double play, just went for the out over at first. Could have ended the inning, but must have been some reason as to why it didn't happen. That pitch up high. I suppose it just missed up high. Looked like it could have been ruled a strike, but to each umpire their own. Evened it up, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 away, runner on third for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch, and this one lined up the middle. That's going to score the run from third. McCartney in, and there you go. They double that lead to 2-0. The Cardinals now leading at the Red Raider base. Beauty of a hit that time from Collins. I mean, that's just a routine send up the middle. And now he'll get his opportunity to run the bases as he's taking his lead off of first. That one missing. Even Coxon looked back and said, where did that one miss? Another gust of wind coming in now. Kennedy hopping over at first. This one popped up with the wind. This could be tricky for Nate Landever. He'll make the grab as he collapses down, and the umpire in the infield says he caught it, and he is out, number 3. Phenomenal play there from Nate Landever. He has had some tough goes out in center field, as it always is. He has done well at covering the territory, and he will keep this at a 2-0 score. Shaker Heights bats will return with Landever in the due-up spot. It's going to be O'Shea Howard to cap things off, however, for the first time in the order. Then we go to the top. Nate Landever and Leo Pevnik due up as well here for the bottom of the third. Thanks for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. Menor leads now 2-0. And we're back with you here for the bottom of the third inning. Shaker Heights just really needing to string some hits together, and we've been saying this for a couple of games now. They are yet to out-hit their opponent, and though it doesn't exactly look like they are in position to do that here today, that's very, very, very early in the game, already plenty of time. Again, last season, they got no hit by the Menor Cardinals in their first meeting. It doesn't look like that'll happen. Shaker Heights has been able to draw some good contact against Harold so far. We'll see if Howard can finally get the better of him and just shoot one through a gap or something for the Red Raiders. And now it looks like he's going to try to bunt down over to the third base line. That's going to be tricky for Valeri. And, oh, they call him out. Man, that seems about right. Phenomenal defensive effort by the third baseman, Valeri. And he has a cannon of arm. My goodness. I thought he would beat it out for sure with that kind of bunt. And also, he almost bobbled it at first. But the throw just still there. And so we go back to the top of the order. Nate Landever, your guy at the top of the order. The center fielder and left fielder still up here with one away now. And Nate Landever, Leo Pevnik right behind him now in the on-deck circle. Landever with a phenomenal play to close things out there in the top of the third inning. We'll see if he can keep the bottom of the third inning going and grab some momentum for the Red Raiders. Still no hit for him just yet. Here's the pitch, and that one low and away. Umpire keeping it a tight strike zone. You can't even lie. The umpire against the Euclid, or in that game against Euclid, that strike zone was massive. Here's the pitch. It was consistent, but man, was that a very, very sizable strike zone. And even the umpire was saying that to the catchers before the game, that it would be a bigger strike zone. Shaker Heights was leading that one 5-1 before the weather had other plans, so Shaker Heights will be picking that one back up in Euclid later on this week. That should be Wednesday. We'll be back out there, and actually, we're going to get on the call for it. We weren't able to start off the game because of the actual snow falling there in Euclid. I don't know what the reasoning was as to why they should have started the game, but they did. Here's the pitch to Landever, and this one, a roller over to second and an easy throw over to McCartney at first, and there's out number 2. Shaker Heights really struggling to get the bats going. No different here. No hits here through the first 8 outs. And Leo Pevnik, right-handed hitter, playing left field today. We'll see what he can do. If he can get that very first base knock with 2 away and maybe get a rally going, as Aaron Neiman would be up behind him. He walked his first time up. Pevnik, no such luck. First pitch over to him, and whoa, man, he lost control of that. That one went just a bit outside and into the backstop. So 2-0. Shaker Heights leading. Yet to get their first hit while Menor has 3. No defensive errors for either side just yet. Shaker Heights just need to catch them lacking on something. Whether it be a defensive error, whether it be an actual base knock on Harold, they got to catch some sort of break at some point here. They don't want to fall early in the season 0-4, because, I mean, what kind of start would that be? And keep in mind, Shaker Heights to play Menor tomorrow as well. That game going to be in Menor. Oof. That one just barely missing the feet of Leo Pevnik. He was tap dancing over there in the right-handed batter's box to avoid that one. And so we're going to do it again. 2 away, 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. That one down low. Or excuse me, the 3-0 pitch. That one down low. And Leo Pevnik walks. No problem that time. So, he hasn't been able to keep exactly a clean sheet, this pitcher. But he hasn't been able, or he hasn't given up any hits. He's just given up 3 walks in the 3 innings. Aaron Neiman, one of those guys who has walked. So he's 0 for 0 here in his second plate appearance. And here's the pitch. And this one, almost got away from him, but Wheeland keeps it in. Wheeland, one of those catchers that doesn't have a whole lot of size to him. Not something that you see out of a guy like Michael Coxon or a guy like Braden White, perhaps. But he's able to make these quick reaction plays and not let it get past him into the backstop and let any free advances by the runners. And this one fouled back into the caging right in front of you. That evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away. Shaker Heights, not a whole lot of stolen bases either. They had a handful against Euclid, but again, when it's up against Euclid, it doesn't really exactly feel the same. And again, that was under the snow, and it wasn't pretty. And so we don't exactly count that game. Regardless, the game hasn't even finished. It's 5-1, and we'll be playing that one on Wednesday. We'll be back for the call on Wednesday in Euclid. Neiman now awaits the offering with 2 away, and here he'll tap one over to the left side, and we will have it again at a 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away for Aaron Neiman, who's struggling to get things going, but Shaker Heights knows that he can get things going. Played a lot of time on varsity last season, though kind of split with JV as well, and now here he is as a sophomore full-time as a sophomore because he is making phenomenal plays on defense, and we know what he can do with the bat. Here's the play, and this one's sent up, out into left center. The wind got a little piece of it, but an easy play there for Van Huss. And once again, 3 walks issued, but Shaker Heights still unable to get any hits to them. And so they're going to need to protect the deficit where it is here with Casey Robinson set to return to the mound. 2-0 your score with the Cardinals leading as we head into the middle inning. Inning number 4. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be right back with you. And we're back with you here from the Shaker Heights High School baseball field right in front of the Onaway Elementary School building. And the Red Raiders unable to get any hits just yet, while Menor has been able to get 2 runs coming in for them so far. 1 in the first, 1 in that last inning, the third. First pitch from Robinson, down low. He's caught that before. And, well, what you always ask from an umpire, no matter where his strike zone is you want a consistent umpire. And, well, that's not what they're getting here today. And both sides have been rather frustrated with him. That time he'll call it back-to-back. Same kind of pitch location, a little low. 2-0 goes your count to start things off. Casey Robinson to 58 pitches. Here's 59. And that one will catch. And again, just the ratio of strikes to balls just hasn't been there for Robinson. He's faced 15. Right now through 59, 33 hitting the zone, which leaves 26 to not hitting the zone. This one's sent up. It'll be Nate Landever to be under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. Wieland 0 for 1 on the day, or excuse me, now 0 for 2 on the day. Black also 0 for 1. He's the guy that thought that Casey Robinson hit him on the pitch, and he argued that to the umpire, but he didn't actually get the call. That pitch a little up high, a little bit chin level, though it didn't exactly come close to hitting him. 1 ball, no strikes. Robinson doing well in pitching so far, just has not been able to get bats going behind him, and this one popped up. Aaron Neiman to be under it over there, and the shortstop makes the easy routine grab on the infield dirt and gets quick 2 outs here for Shaker Heights. 1 fly out to Nate Landever, 1 pop out over to Aaron Neiman. And now Casey Robinson back to Valeri. Valeri was able to walk last time, and man, he has 1 clean steal of a base. But here, he might not get the opportunity. But here, oh, he's safe! An error on the throw from Malachi Kranz just was a bit too up on Wesley Lewis, and there is your first defensive error of the ball game for Shaker Heights, and that is a threat to run over there at first. Valeri has had a beauty of a jump, and we'll see as we go back to the top of the order in Van Hus. And here's the throw over at first, going to be back in easily. Valeri with a head first dive. Van Hus 1 for 2 on the day so far. No extra base hits except for 1, which was a double from McCartney. That one fouled back. Oh, 1 to begin the count here for Van Hus. Robinson up to 64 now. His 65th will not be delivered, and oh, they might get him, and indeed on the pickoff. Casey Robinson to Wesley Lewis. And Valeri, though he was able to beat it out on the errant throw, he is out on the pick. Good work from Casey Robinson. And a good tag applied from Wesley Lewis. So Shaker Heights here has a lot of work to do on offense. No hits so far. They got to get something going here in the middle inning because you can't wait too much longer. Of course, a comeback always possible from a 2-run deficit in the last inning, but you don't want to play that kind of baseball. We'll be right back with you here for the bottom of the 4th. Michael Coxon due up now here in the middle inning. We're halfway through this one. Shaker Heights down by 2, 2-0 your score to the Menor Varsity Cardinals. Again, red tops, white bottoms for both teams, something we've never, ever seen before. Here's the first pitch to Coxon. He fouls this one back into the caging behind home plate. Strike 1 to him. Shaker Heights still looking for their first hit. They've had 3 base runners, courtesy of walks from Pevnik, Neiman, and Casey Robinson. All came in the first 3 innings, 1 per each inning. But Shaker Heights just has to get things in play and get base runners through the base knock. Here's the pitch to Coxon. This one taken outside, and I suppose that caught. Thought that was quite outside. Again, he's been calling it, but again, just not the most consistent blue we've had behind home plate today. 0-2 goes your count to Coxon. 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the next pitch, and this one grounded over to the left side. The shortstop double throws, and here he'll be safe. He did a double take before making the throw, and so with that, Coxon was easily able to get there. If he had thrown it the first time, if he had just done a 1 pump, then there you go. But with the double pump, I mean, Coxon beat it out easy. Not sure why that happened. And now the head coach going to talk to the infield umpire. My goodness. I don't know what you're arguing here, but it's arguing something. I don't know what you can argue on that one. I don't know. That coach has not been happy today. And so now Casey Robinson digs in. First time here in an inning that Shaker Heights has had their leadoff guy on. Casey Robinson. And it'll be a lefty-lefty matchup. But Coxon taking his lead off of first. Now he'll stand back. His time was called. Runner on first, 2-0 the score between the Cardinals and the Raiders. Here's the pitch. And this one low and outside. So Casey Robinson 0 for 0 because he walked his first time up. Later became a scoring position threat over at second, but wasn't able to get anything through just because Shaker hasn't had any hits. I mean, they're not going to win ball games if they can't put bat to ball, and here this one passes on by Whelan, and Coxon will easily take second. So there we go. This is something that Shaker Heights needs to see. They're down by 2, but they're getting runners into the base paths. And Michael Coxon now taking the lead off of second with nobody out. Shaker needs to get some sort of run here against the Cardinals. Whether it's through some sacrifice flies or whatever. Shaker could just use a run through. Casey Robinson sends this one down the first baseline. One gonna get through. And rounding third and coming home to score is Michael Coxon. Casey Robinson on the slide into second. That's gonna escape in the shallow left, but he will remain put. And it's going to be an RBI double for Casey Robinson. Beauty of a knock for him. As we have said, Casey Robinson has just done so much better than he had last season at getting bat to ball and just getting some hits going for the Red Raider offense. And now it looks like we're going to have a mound visit here for the Cardinals. My goodness, 1 hit, and now they're calling the mound visit. I mean, that is the first hit of the ball game, and now they're... All right, suppose they are calling that the second hit. So, back-to-back hits, and they're taking them out. They're not messing around. So how about that? Number 14 now comes in to pitch for the Cardinals. And we'll tell you more about this when we come back. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Runner on second, going to be Casey Robinson after the RBI knock. 2-1 your score. The Menor Varsity Cardinals are still up. Braden White and RBI opportunities 0 for 1 so far with a pop out over in the shallow right center. But Braden White, a right-handed hitter against now a right-handed pitcher. And first pitch up high. We saw that a lot in warm-ups from Lou Vision. Maybe Lovison is how you pronounce it. We're going to go with Lovison. That sounds a lot more like a last name. That pitch up high again. I mean, my goodness. He threw some strikes, don't get me wrong, and he has speed behind his arm. We saw that a lot more velocity than the last guy, Harold Holland. Harold. And Lovison. Now 2 pitches down, 2 straight balls. And once again, the Menor catcher goes to visit the mound. So my goodness, if one of these pitchers just gets into a weird little rhythm, the Menor Cardinals are not playing around. And this one, big swing and a miss that time from Braden White. Strike number 1. 2-1 goes your count. Nobody out just yet. Casey Robinson over at second. The RBI double off into right. It just traveled down the first baseline and a diving McCartney unable to make the play on it. And here's the pitch to Braden White, and this one smacked out into left. This one has a chance, but it'll hit the top of the wall. And Robinson will be in the score. Back-to-back RBI doubles. Ties this one up. It's 2-2. How about it? Braden White just this close. A foot to a home run, but just misses it. And so with that, Shaker Heights ties this one up here in the middle inning. Everyone got up to their feet. Everyone here thought that one was gone. Braden White, a guy that has that power. We've seen it a great many times. That time just misses it by the smallest of margins. Kranz, guy who wants to hit one of his own. This one going to be a tapper down the third baseline. It'll go foul. 2-2 now your score between the Cardinals and the Red Raiders. Back-to-back RBI doubles. Oh, 1 to begin things off with Malachi Kranz going 0 for 1 here today with a strikeout. So far, if he gets a strikeout in a game, he hasn't been able to get a hit. We'll see if that changes. Oh, my goodness. That one got close in on Malachi Kranz. Malachi Kranz, number 15 on the back of his jersey. He's really a guy just itching to get a hit, and he was telling me before this game, he said he was feeling something different about this game. He wasn't sure what it was. Maybe it's because it's the first day with some sun, but he was just feeling something good, and he's looking to get that big base knock for an RBI that can really change the complexion of things with his bat, and we'll see if it happens here. As now it's a 1-1 count, or excuse me, a 2-1 count. And here's the pitch, and my goodness, upstairs once more. Kranz clearly looks a little uncomfy in the right-handed batter's box because Lovison is throwing a lot up high and hasn't gotten an out just yet. He gave up the RBI double and now gives it. Oh, my goodness. Whoa. That one, I guess, caught the outside half. He has called that a strike all game long, and as he should, but I don't know how he could have hit that either. But anyway, payoff pitch. And this one hacked at, and this one sent over to the left side. This one has a chance, and it's out of here! Malachi Kranz with the swing and the drive and the bomb out into left field. And Shaker Heights takes the lead by 2. It's 4-2. Malachi Kranz itching for the big-time knock, and there you go. That's exactly what you call a big-time knock. 4-2 goes your score, and the Red Raiders with a 4-run 4th inning. How about it from Malachi Kranz? There you go. Good to see him get that kind of hit. Now Quinn Malone nobody out just yet. Still. And first pitch in there for strike 1. Quinn Malone 0 for 1. Sent one foul over to the left side. So that's Shaker Heights' first home run so far. And that was a big-time home run. And at first, that one got a lot of the wind up there. You already know. But that thing just had the power on it, kept on carrying. And just away from the scoreboard, Malachi Cran's able to take the Shaker Heights lead for the first time against the Cardinals. Here, one sent right back to the pitcher. And Lovison with an easy throw on the first for out number 1. Quinn Malone, a guy struggling to get the hits going. O'Shea Howard capping off the order, playing second here today. He's 0 for 1 as well. But my goodness, they have had a much better time here against Lovison than they have had, than they did have against Harold. And we'll see if they can pick things back up where they left off. Of course, with a home run, you get a lot of runs and you get momentum going, but after that, it's also a clean slate almost for a pitcher. And right now, he's starting to hammer it into the strike zone a lot more. And it's throwing off Quinn Malone and now a little bit of O'Shea Howard, who took for strike 1. Lovison, the right-handed dealer against right-handed hitter, and that one, oh my goodness, he is loving the outside strike. So maybe the umpire is consistent, just consistently calling the outside strike. I mean, I don't know how they're expected to hit it though. That's the problem. Here's the next offering, and oof, that one up high on him and inside as well. 1-2, your count. O'Shea Howard, the last guy in the order. Landever due up next. Here, next offering, O'Shea Howard, a swing and a miss, tipped foul into the glove of Wheelan, and that'll go for strike 3. So, it's Lovison with back-to-back outs. Hopefully, for his sake, he's able to get momentum back. Landever going to try to keep the inning alive, though he is 0 for 2 on the day. Shaker Heights has only been struck out 3 times so far, once from Cox and once from Crans, and now once from O'Shea Howard. So nothing too crazy there. Landever not a victim of the strikeouts so far. He fouled one off over to the right side to begin things 0-1. 4-2 now your score with the Red Raiders leading here at home. Here's the pitch, and that one upstairs and away. In other regards, the Shaker Heights softball team having some glory of their own. They're up 11-3 now over at a home game as well. Here's the pitch, and this one driven out in the right. That one has some power on it, but just too much height. And so after a couple of runs, actually 4 coming in that 4th inning, and a big-time drive from Malachi Crans out in the left field to take the lead 4-2. That concludes the 4-run 4th inning. So after we're through 4, we're going to stick with you here as we typically do. Still unable to get in front of the camera. We're trying to figure out our technology issues, but we're still going to stick with you here after the 4th inning as we always do. You're just not going to be able to see me speak to you face to face. But yeah, Shaker Heights has really been struggling to get the hits so far this season, but now for, I want to say, one of the very few times this season, they, through the first 4 innings, are leading the other team in hits. They are up now 4-3 in hits after that 4-hit 4 inning. This is something that we've also said throughout the season is they got to play a full 7 innings of baseball. But even though they didn't for those 3 innings on offense, they still did play solid defense. They kept them off the board a lot. And now Casey Robinson back out on the mound here for the top of the 5th, looking to keep them off the board once again, get the at-bats back up for the Red Raiders, as now they are doubling them up on offense, 4-2. Only 1 defensive error to this point, and that's from Shaker Heights' Malachi Crans, but my goodness, did he redeem himself with a home run. No one's going to exactly come after him and say you've had a bad game with only 1 error but a home run to his name as well. So with the throw down to second, that concludes warm-ups here for the break between the 4th and the 5th, and we get things set now here for said top of the 5th inning. Here's the first offering from Robinson. Down low, Michael Coxon keeping it in front of him. Good block, even though no runners on. Doesn't exactly matter too much. Robinson a guy that has pitched a lot here today. Here, a liner. Neiman tries to snag it with the left hand, but it'll just get past him. And into shallow center, Landever sends it in quickly, so it'll be kept at an easy single that time for the batter. So Shaker Heights now just needs to keep them off the board if they want to keep their bats hot in McCartney. We're looking at him in the on-deck circle. He's due up in this inning. I mean, he could have himself a game. And that misses right down the middle. I mean, my goodness. Again, just inconsistent from the umpire, but what can you do? Bortnick 0 for 1 on the day. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Coxon threatens to throw on the first, but no throw. Bortnick 0 for 1, though he did walk his first time up. First inning, a little bit of a struggle for Casey Robinson. Loaded the bases, but was able to work out of it with only 1 run coming through. This one's skied up. This should be a play for Nate Landever out in center. He'll make the routine grab and send it right back in. Well, Landever getting some extra applause from the girlfriend over to my left over here. Got to respect the fandom. But there's out number 1. McCartney 1 for 2. Thought he had a home run earlier on, but struck out in that at-bat. Then he came out, next at-bat had a double. And it was a beauty of a line off in the left. And he'll take this first one for strike 1. 1 away, 1 runner on, and that's Van Huss over at first. Shaker Heights trying to get their bats back up while they're hot. And this one fouled back behind us, and that one going to go ahead into the on-away parking lot behind home plate. Or not parking lot, the blacktop, where the kids typically will play. Someone's going to go off and get it. Should be a Red Raider player, and eventually that's going to be Jeremy Silver in his green cleats to go get it. McCartney now in a 0-2 hole. And here he'll swing at some upstairs cheese, and it'll go off into right center. That one could get down with the wind, and indeed it will. It'll fall. Here, can't get the throw on the second. And so not sure if that'll go as an error, if that's just kind of unlucky. Because, man, that wind really killed it and took it away from O'Shea Howard. That was his. Maybe it was Nate Landever, but he wasn't the man calling for it. It was O'Shea Howard, or so it seems. And so now 2 runners on with only 1 away, and that's Sendrowski in his pink bat raised above his shoulders. He'll take for ball 1. Well, the umpire, as you know, a strike zone typically is a bit more vertical than it is horizontal. Today it feels a lot more horizontal. He loves the outside strike, but he doesn't like the up-high strike, and like that, there you go. I mean, and just a bit more of an outside strike that time. Maybe it's more of a square, but regardless, I mean, it feels like it's more horizontal than it is vertical. And here's the pitch, but that one doesn't catch. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away, 2 runners on with McCartney over at first and Van Huss over at second. RBI opportunity here for Sendrowski. If he can get a base-clearing knock, it would tie things up. And this one popped up foul over to the right side. Excuse the little head of hair at the bottom of your screen. A little kid hopping in front. But yeah, with that foul off, we even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shaker Heights getting their hits going, but now Menor took that lead in hits right back. They ruled it as a hit over there, which I guess could be rather fair. This one lined off in the left. That one has a chance. It'll hop over the head of Leo Pevnik. He'll get it back in quickly, and the throw home, it's going to be much too late. And there you go. It's now going to be a 4-3 ball game. Shaker Heights still in the lead here in the top of the 5th, but that just made things a lot more scary with hit number 6 that time coming for the Cardinals. Now we're going to have a brief mound visit. We'll be right back. Vaughn Ullum with you on the call from Shaker Heights, Ohio. The mound visit came with 77 pitches down, 45 hitting the zone. The ratio has gotten better from where it was earlier on in the game, but still not exactly the usual Casey Robinson dealings. And right now, he's trying to protect the one-run lead with one away and two on, and that's not going to get it done, as that's going to get down, and that's going to score two. Or, excuse me, score one. And just like that, we're tied. Still with one away, runners will be at the corners, tied ball game 4-4. 2 runs coming in here in the top of the 5th. As my good old buddy here, my father, pointed out, this is the heavy part of their lineup, the part of their lineup that gets hits galore. Now it looks like we're having a lineup change. If I'm not mistaken, Coxon going to take the opportunity to come out and talk to Robinson after the lining base knock into center field. Again, they're enjoying getting their hits up the middle as well, which means Nate Landever is heavily under fire out there, but also a lot of these hits, he just can't do anything about them. They're just catching right between O'Shea Howard and Neiman and rolling up his way. And so we do have a new batter indeed. It's number 18, which is different. Originally it was number 17. That was Kennedy, who was 0 for 2 on the day. They had enough of the 0 for 2 business, and they gave it a different look here. The designated hitter was Kennedy, so I suppose the designated hitter here as well going to be number 18. Don't have a name on him just yet, but we do for the runners. Collins over at first, Zandrowski at third, 4-4 ball game, and this pitch up high. Fair call. One away here. Double play is in order, though Shaker Heights yet to get a double play so far this season, unless they got one against Gilmore. Our apologies for being unable to cover that loss. And here they're able to catch the runner over at first in a rundown. Gotta watch the runner from third, and here's the throw home. They call him safe as he's there on the slide. Oh, but the infield umpire is saying someone's out. He's saying someone's out. I thought. But now the first base coach talks to him, and now he has a change of heart. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, come on. Just unable to get the tag down was Michael Cox, and the throw was just about there from Wesley Lewis. But there you go. Menor took their lead right back. They're up 1. It's 5-4 your score. Collins, the man who was originally caught up in the rundown, now on second. This one hammered off into shallow right center. Backing up into the grass was O'Shea Howard. He'll make the easy pop-out grab. And there's out number 2. So Shaker Heights now falling down once again. And this is where you got to see Shaker Heights not get too disheartened. I mean, you see a lot of the time from Shaker Heights, they get down in the game, and after that, all momentum is sucked away from them, and they aren't able to get back. But in a game that has been a little back and forth, we hope to see that they can. That one in there for strike 1. Whelan, the batter once again, your catcher in today's game for the Cardinals, 0 for 2 so far. Only 2 strikeouts so far for Casey Robinson, 1 from McCartney, 1 from Black, who would be due up next, and don't know where that missed. I mean, holy cow. 1-1 goes your count. I mean, where did that miss? I'm not sure, but regardless, 5-4 your score is the 1-1, and this one outside. That's fair. I mean, there's no question about that pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away for Whelan. Robinson up to 83 pitches now as Collins takes his lead off of second. Here's the pitch. And that one right down Broadway, and so hopefully is able to rack up a K, get momentum back in the Red Raiders so their bats can come up and hopefully get hot. Again, 4 runs coming in that bottom of the 4th. Here in the bottom of the 5th, they're hoping that that same pitcher comes out because, I mean, Shaker Heights was doing very, very well against them. 5-4 your score now. That pitch up high. Whelan, the catcher, he's doing rather well. As we said, he's not the biggest of kids, but kid has phenomenal reaction time, and that's what makes him the good varsity catcher that he is. And here, this one shot up, out into left center, ranging back onto the wall, and just in front of it will make the grab Leo Pevnik for the fly out for out number 3. In the top of the 5th, though, the Menor Cardinals struck for 3 runs and took their lead right back. Shaker Heights in their last inning, though, was able to get 4. Hopefully their bats can come back up hot and take their lead right back. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be right back with you for the call of the bottom of the 5th. Leo Pevnik to start things off on the Shaker Heights offensive side, and hopefully he can get the bats back up as they were earlier on. Pevnik 0 for 1 with a walk, though, and we'll see if they can keep things rolling. Shaker Heights softball came to a final, as it looks like they mercied their opponent. At least they should have. They won 13-3 through 5. And, of course, with that 10-run deficit, that's when they call it. And so Leo Pevnik, as we said, 0 for 1 with the walk. We'll see how he does here against the new pitcher, Strupko. And Strupko's first dealing is up and in, but ruled strike. Yeah, I mean, this umpire, as we said, all you want out of an umpire is consistency. We haven't got it. And that one outside, which he has called sometimes, but that one too far off to call. 1-1, the count. Strupko, the third pitcher here today for the Cardinals, the next dealing. And here, this one fouled back, a scrape off the bat into the glove of Whelan. Goes for strike 2. Shaker Heights still has Casey Robinson going, unless they have a man working in the bullpen right now. If so, he would be going out there for 6 innings of work, though so far he's pitched 5 innings. Of his 5 innings, 86 pitches, 50 strikes. On the other side of things, Harold only pitched 51, Lovinson 17, now Strupko 3 is 4th, and oh my goodness gracious, that one almost got up high on him. Nobody out just yet, as we're just getting things started here for the bottom of the 5th. Even count, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Leo Pevnik, the left fielder in today's game. He's had a lot of action out there. This one popped up into shallow center, and eventually the shortstop going to be there to get under it and get out number 1. Leo Pevnik now 0 for 2 on the day. Shaker Heights, as we said, just needs to play a full 7 innings, and if they can string hits together, they win ball games, and that's what they did there in that 4th inning to get the most amount of runs that they have so far had this season in a game. Again, only 5 runs so far through the first 3 games. Here, Aaron Neiman trying to keep things alive on offense, and that pitch up high. Shaker with those 4 hits bringing in the 4 runs in that 4th inning. For Menor, however, 1 run in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and then 3 in the 5th. All coming off of 7 total hits. That pitch up high and away. So far, only one defensive error came from Shaker Heights' very own Malachi Kranz, but he countered that with a 2-run home run out in the left field. Big momentum snatcher for the Red Raiders. That pitch in there for strike number 2. 2-1 goes your count to Aaron Neiman. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk as well. Same thing as Leo Pevnik, but hopefully he's not going to be going 0 for 2 with a walk after this AB is done for. 3-1 goes the count. Aaron Neiman, a guy that we know can drive it. We'll see if he does here. On a 3-1, he may have the green light. We'll see. And here's the pitch, and it's a tapper over to short. This one handled by Bortnick, and the throw on will be in time. Over to McCartney. Aaron Neiman down for out number 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Coxon, a guy that got a hit and eventually scored in as a run. Earlier on, he was the one run that got things started here for the Red Raiders. The first run to come in off of an RBI double from Robinson. Then after that, Braden White came in to score as well. Kranz the same 4 straight runs there on 4 straight batters for the Red Raiders. We'll see if Coxon can get something else as he's 1 for 2 on the day. He has been hitting it well for the Red Raiders, and that's why he's here in the cleanup spot here. A bit of a late timeout from the catcher, as it looks like he doesn't exactly know what the signal is to be. Michael Coxon has gotten a hit in every game, including scrimmages, except for the first one he played in. After that, it has been 6 straight games with a hit, now 7, including scrimmages. I mean, that's impressive. And keeping in mind the kid's only a sophomore. Good looks here from Michael Coxon early on, and he has really done phenomenally behind the dish as well as a catcher. Here's the pitch. That one down low to Michael Coxon. 2 away here. Michael Coxon trying to keep this one alive. Strupko, the new pitcher, has done well. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. That one foul tipped into the glove of Whelan. 1-2 goes the count. Even though the scoreboard says 3-1, I don't know who's running the scoreboard right now, but my goodness, they are having a rough go here today. And it says there's 0 outs as well. I'm not sure. That evens it up. 2-2 as the pitch up high. Again, Whelan, not a big guy, just able to get the reaction time. And there you can see he hops up to his feet very quickly and is able to snatch it out of the air before it reaches the backstop. Here, a hittable one for Coxon. He'll foul this one back into the caging behind home plate. So we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Strupko to 14 pitches here on his first inning of deal. Here's 15. And here, an upstairs swing and a miss. Shaker Heights through 5 finds themselves down 5-4 the score. And we'll see, do they return with Casey Robinson to the mound, or do they get a new arm to throw? It looks like the latter will be true as Eli Stolfus exits out of the dugout, gives a little fist bump over to head coach. Oh, no, excuse me. Number 6 not coming in just yet. We'll see about it. He was going out there to just warm up the outfielder, Leo Pevnik. Casey Robinson, indeed, coming back out to the mound here for a 6th inning of work. He had a struggle last time. We'll see how it goes this time for the top of the 6th, and we'll be right back for the call. know what that throwdown means. Warm-up's over. Shaker Heights back out on defense to try and keep the score where it is. Their offense had one good inning, but other than that, not too much. A 4-run fourth has made the score where it is, made it a lot more tight of an affair, but they're still down by 1. Of course, 3 runs coming in the top of the 5th, but they keep Casey Robinson back out to the mound. We'll see if they want him to pitch a full game. I mean, if he really has a quick one here in the 6th, they might. That one in there, right down Main Street. Beautiful pitch from Casey Robinson. Has a double of his own, an RBI double to his name. Casey Robinson with a walk, an RBI, a hit, a run. I mean, it's been beautiful for him. And there, a swing and a miss. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter to the advantage of the pitcher. Black 0 for 2 on the day. Has been a 1-2 spot. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss. Got him on an ugly one, chasing outside. And Casey Robinson hopefully back out on a groove. Hopefully can throw up the 0 as, again, the Shaker Heights offense only has 6 outs to work with. And they're down by 1. Valeri, a guy that we've had a lot of trouble with so far. He's been a fast guy. He's 0 for 1. He reached on a walk. This here, a good pick out of the dirt from Neiman. The throw, and just dies on Wesley Lewis before it can reach the glove. So again, Valeri will reach. 3rd time he reaches today. He walked his first time. He reached on an error his next time, and that should go as an infield single for Valeri, and indeed that's going to be the case. And he is only at the bottom of the order. That's honestly the kind of guy that you would think they'd put at the very top of the order, considering he's as fast as he is, but not the case. Here, Casey Robinson will be coming off, and in relief will be Eli Stolfus. So we'll see how he's able to handle here. He's got to protect the lead. Shaker Heights down 5-4. We'll be right back with you after the warm-up from Eli Stolfus. We're back with you, and here Shaker Heights has their relief man out to the field, and that's Eli Stolfus. Not a whole lot of speed on the pitches, but a guy that has a lot of flavor and movement on those pitches. This time it'll be skied out into center. Landever ranging back, but before he gets to the wall, he'll make the over-the-shoulder grab, and their quick contact out for out number 2. Landever's had a lot of work out there in center today. So is Leo Pevnik. Quinn Malone might feel a little lonely out there in right field. He has only had, I believe, 1 play. Maybe 2 at most, but I mean, it hasn't been that eventful for him. While on the other side, yeah, it's been complicated on the left side of the outfield. And oof, that time it's going to be an easy steal for Valeri. That one just tipped off the glove of Michael Coxon and escaped into the backstop. So Valeri easily moves into scoring position at second. 5-4 the score. The Menor Cardinals lead now as Shaker Heights works their way into the bullpen. And getting this next out would be huge considering they have McCarty up next. And he has been hitting the ball well today. Bortnick now, 2-0 count. Eli Stolfus checks the runner twice at second. Now makes the offering. That one right down the middle. 4 strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Runner on second is Valeri, the short guy that has just had some very hittable stuff, and as a result, he's been able to put some in play. He's been able to walk and reach on an error. Here, one Malachi Kranz escapes through into left field. Pevnik with the throw, and he's going for it all. It's cut off by Eli Stolfus. Not a good throw from Pevnik. Tried to be a little bit of a hero that time, and RBI opportunity here for the big man, number 2-5. And Shaker Heights, with 6 more outs to work with on offense, cannot build themselves into a deeper deficit, as Bortnick with the RBI probably going to be a reach on error. And they intentionally walk the guy. And yeah, that makes sense. So with McCartney over at first, he's gone 2 for 3. I mean, putting him over there makes sense, because specifically for that one where he struck out, we thought he hit a home run. I mean, put him over there, and it's all right. It's perfectly okay. It's the sacrifice you just got to make. Sandrowski 1 for 2 on the day. You'll foul tip this one back into Michael Coxon's body. 6-4 now your score, with the Cardinals leading here at the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. The new batter, Sandrowski, is the cleanup hitter in today's game. He's walked as well. He's got a hit. He's got an RBI and run to his name. And now 0-2 hole for Sandrowski. McCartney taking his lead off of first. Bortnick off of second, and a double steal here as this one fouled back into Michael Coxon, and they both have to take that lazy jog on back. 90 feet. So we're going to do it again at no balls, 2 strikes. 2 away here. We'll see if they go for the double steal once again, but now they're going to be looking for it. Stolfus checks the runner at second. Now with the leg kick, he'll deal anyway, and the throw on to third will escape. Will they go for home? They're thinking about it now. Critton's trying to beat him out over at third, and just a little funky base run in that time. They will keep their man over at third. It will still be a 2-strike count, but the runners advance 90 feet. Bortnick from second to third. McCartney up to second from first. And with ball 1, 1-2 the count with 2 away. 2 runners in scoring position now. Big RBI chance now for Sandrowski, who's 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. And this one a tapper. Aaron Neiman with the opportunity. He'll make the throw. And he's out! Just barely beat it. And I thought he was safe, but there you go. Out number 3. Tense out number 3 it was, but Shaker Heights will take it, and they need to get the bats going now. Again, 7 innings of baseball here is what Shaker Heights needs to play in order to win. So far, they've played 1 inning out of the 5 on offense. And that was a 4-run fourth, but now they've got to get something going in the final 2 innings. 6 outs left for the Shaker offense. They're down by 2. We'll be right back with you for the bottom of the 6th. Shaker Heights with 6 more outs left on offense before it comes to a close against the GCC rival of the Menor Cardinals. Shaker Heights will be playing them tomorrow as well away in the Menor Cardinal campus, but Shaker Heights would love to kick things off here at home. First home game with a win. We'll see how it goes as they are down by 2. Here's first pitch to Robinson, and this one popped up and could be a blooper, but in the shallow right. In comes the right fielder, and there you go. Sendrowski there for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Braden White trying to get things going for the Shaker Heights offense, considering he was one of the guys in that line of 4 that was really able to start things off. He was one of the 2 runs that came in on the Kranz 2-run shot, and here Kranz gets out of the way of that one, snuck out of that, and took it for ball 1. 6-4 the score, but the Cardinals leading here. And next offering right down the middle. And, well, we're going to be relying on my own stats because whoever is now running Game Changer has given up. So shout out to that person. Here's the next pitch, and that one down low. Oh, they're catching up. Braden White 1 for 2 with the RBI double that brought in Casey Robinson. So an RBI, a run, he's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. And here, tapper over to short, and here the glove, the double pump, and the throw on to first. There's out number 2. Man, Shaker Heights unable to string together hits. Crane's going to try to keep the inning alive here in the bottom of the 6th. And if he doesn't get it done, it'll probably be his very last opportunity up at the plate. We can imagine Eli Stolfus will be back out for the top of the 7th. Shaker down by 2. It's a 6-4 ball game. And here's the pitch from the righty. And this one sent foul over to the left side. Kren starts it off 0 for 2. So 3 extra base hits for the Red Raiders, which feels like a record for them this season. Again, still a young season, only 4 games through, but 2 doubles from Braden White and Casey Robinson, 1 each, and then a home run, of course, from Malachi Kranz. Hit 1 out during BP, hit 1 out during the actual game, and he was able to take the lead originally 4-2, but after that, 4 straight runs for the Cardinals. Here's the 1-1 dealing, and this one's skied up. And this one doesn't have enough power out and left, so that one just going to be a routine out number 3 for the left fielder, Collins. And Shaker Heights on offense down to their final 3 outs, but they got to keep the score where it is if they really want to have that chance of getting back into this one. Eli Stolfus set to return to the mound when we come back. Vaughn Ullum on the call. Shaker Heights down by 2 as we head into the last final full inning. Stolfus back out to the mound. He came in after 1 out, and 1 hit was issued by Casey Robinson in the 6th. Then he came out for the final 2, but in doing so gave up that run. And it wasn't his earned run, it was Casey Robinson's. Stolfus did walk 1 man, gave up 1 hit of his own, but he was able to keep those guys off the board. So Shaker down by 2. This one's skied up. Out in the left center. We'll see who calls the other off. It'll be Pevnik calling off Landever for out number 1. Shaker Heights needs to keep the score where it is with their lack of hitting. I mean, in the 7th, they really got to find some piece of momentum. Due up would be Quinn Malone, O'Shea Howard, and Nate Landever, all of which guys who have not gotten a base knock today. And we'll see if they change that up at all. And, ooh, that one misses the mark on number 18, the guy who came in earlier. He's 0 for 1 on the day. And that's getting a funky little name this time. Puzz Guy? That's what we're going to go with, but Puzz Guy sends this one foul off into the right side. Oh, woo, just missed the car. That was close. I will never understand anybody who parks their car in hitting range of this ball field. And this one sent right between first and second. Casey Robinson now handling the duties over at first, by the way. Other than that, everything just about the same. Coxon still behind the dish. Outfielders all the same. Every other infielder besides first has stayed put. Eli Stolfus, of course, your new pitcher. Now it looks like they're going to get a pinch runner for the Cardinals, if I'm not mistaken. And indeed, that will be the case. Not exactly sure why. Poor's guy, the designated hitter in today's game, so they're just getting a pinch runner just for a little bit more speed. I mean, that's what they do in the majors. So now here, 1 away, 1 on. Wieland, who's 0 for 3 on the day so far. And Stolfus looking to keep him hitless. Here's the pitch. That one outside. Coxon threatening on a pump to first, but doesn't actually have a release. Kennedy, now you're going to be your runner over at first. We saw him actually hit some today as well. He went 0 for 2. Post guy, of course, went 1 for 2 as he just got the knock. Pitch from Stolfus. That one, ooh, looked like it would come on inside, but moved at the very last second, and that's what got Wieland fooled and evened it up at a 1-ball, 1-strike count. 1 away. Runner over at first is Kennedy. Stolfus so far through the first 15 pitches has 10 strikes, so that's 66% accuracy. Not a half bad pick-off attempt over at first. And Kennedy continuing to take that extensive lead. This one dropped by Coxon, but ruled strike 2. Stolfus not able to get K just yet. Robinson only had 3 on the day, but he gave up 3 walks and 8 hits. 10 hits today for Menor. Shaker Heights only has 4 that came all in a line and got them the 4 runs. And here, catching him in a rundown once again, and this time they're going to get him. As only 1 throw to second got the runner Kennedy. So, well, the pinch runner did exactly what he's not supposed to, and that's get out as a runner. And there you go. Good out number 2 for the Red Raiders. And they have had so many opportunities to pick off guys. When they did pick off one man, Casey Robinson to Wesley Lewis, when that was the case on the infield. But they've had other opportunities as well. That pitch up high. Stolfus 1 strike away from getting out of this inning scoreless, and he would be leaving once again with no earned runs to his name. Stolfus has been rather solid as a relief pitcher. Shaker Heights has been struggling in the name of relief pitching so far, and that one cold! Strike 3. Stolfus once again pretty darn rock solid. And you know the batter complaining to the coaches. So there you go. And Shaker Heights with 3 outs to work with, 2 runs to make up here in regulation. And 4 hits only for Shaker Heights, all coming from that 4th middle inning. Hopefully this is where they can just get that little piece of momentum. Due up would be Quinn Malone, O'Shea Howard, and Nate Landever. We'll see if that will remain in place here for the final half inning. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We'll be right back with you here from the Shaker Heights High School baseball field. pitcher number 4 in for the Cardinals. Now it's number 5. We'll give you a name when you have a name. So for Shaker Heights, only 3 guys have not been able to get on base, and those are the 3 guys due up when they need them most. So, little nerve-wracking, but hopefully it can mean they're due. And we'll see what happens here. Quinn Malone, the first guy, left-handed hitter out in right field here today. And we'll see how this one goes. 3 more outs to work with. Down 6-4 are the Red Raiders. And here's the first pitch from the new pitcher, and they're right down the middle. First strike, number 1. Quinn Malone, a guy that really has to get going on the hitting standpoint. O'Shea Howard, the same kind of story. Landever, the same kind of story. And today, they haven't had that story written, and that one up high. I mean, he hasn't been calling that. Now he is calling it. I mean, the umpire just has been a little bit all over. And that moves it 0-2. And here is said 0-2 delivery, and that one taken right down the middle. Going down on 3 strikes is Quinn Malone. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-4 ball game. O'Shea Howard due up. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout to his name. A guy that got to get going here his senior year. He's got to put it all out there on offense. We'll see how he plays it here. And once again, laying in the strikes is the new pitcher. The new pitcher, number, not exactly sure what that number is. Number 5, is it, I believe? And indeed, yeah, number 5. And, oh my goodness gracious, that one ruled. Strike 2. Where? I don't know. Oh, 2 goes the count to Howard. And now time called, I believe, by the hitter, O'Shea. O'Shea Howard, including scrimmages, batting with an 111 average, so 1 for every 9. And here's the pitch down low. Wouldn't have surprised me if he called that one too. 1-2 goes the count. This one going to be pitch number 4 on the AB. O'Shea Howard looking to avoid out number 2 and leave them to their final out. This one outside. And he evens things up from 0-2 to 2-2. Due up next would be Nate Landever. Head coach Stephen English not tweaking with the lineup at all. This one's sent right to the shortstop, Bortnick, with the throw on. Easy does it for out number 2. Bortnick has had a lot of plays over at short here today, but he has not made a single mistake, and the Menor defense has played sound. So Nate Landever, the last guy for Shaker Heights' offense to try and keep things going. Behind him would be Leo Pevnik. And it's not looking good for Shaker Heights now. Shaker down to their last out. 0 for 3 is Nate Landever on the day. And here's that pitch. And here, that one's going to get through, I believe. Oh, the second baseman handles in the throw! And he got him, and what a play to end it. I mean, that's just the kind of play you got to tip your cap to. It's unfortunate, but you got to credit that second baseman for one heck of an effort. That one was black over at second, and Shaker Heights will be handed their first GCC loss in their first GCC game. But we'll be back with the Menor Cardinals tomorrow out in Menor, of course, as GCC rivals. You play them twice, once at home, once on the road. And, of course, for Shaker Heights' home opener against the rival, they do drop this one 6-4 to Menor. And Shaker Heights, once again, just out-hit, and they did not offensively put together hits in all 4 innings. They only got hits in that 4th inning. That was all. And we'll see just how they are able to improve, how they play things differently tomorrow against the same sort of team. So The Red Raiders will look to that tomorrow. Again, on the softball side, they got things done. 13-3, they won over there. But Shaker Heights baseball will fall to 0-4 to begin their season, looking to avoid an 0-5 start tomorrow against the same team, the Menor Cardinals. Thank you very much for tuning in. Vaughn Ullum on the call. We will be with you tomorrow out in Menor. Be sure to tune in right here on the Shaker Heights Athletics YouTube channel. We'll be back with you at 5 o'clock tomorrow.